Cardiovascular disease in our area take the first place in the general mortality with 60% and the second place in the general morbidity with 19%. Therefore, cardiovascular disease in our area present the major health, economic and social problem. Majority risk factors in adult population are in high incidence, like obesity in 55% of them, hypertension in 80% of them, hypercholesterolemia in 70 to 80% of them, hypertriglyceridemia in 40 to 50%, and diabetes in 7% of population. Epidemiological studies demonstrate the positive correlation between morbidity and mortality of CVD in adult population with early atherosclerotic lesion and risk factors level in children, adolescents, and adults. Analyzing the CVD risk factors in school children in Subotica, obesity was found in 14% of them, hypercholesterolemia in 12% of them, hypertension in 10%, hypertriglyceridemia in 25% of them, and low motor ability in 40% of school population. The frequency distribution of some risk factors in school children shows that there are 31% of them with 1, 20% with 2, 11% with 3, and 7% with 4 and more risk factors. Without risk factors, there are only 30% of school children in our town. These results show that relatively great number of population in our area had 1 or more CVD risk factors, which is directly connected with unbalanced nutrition, transition lifestyle, and a lack of physical activity. Family and social nutrition in this area, besides other risk factors, may play a potential CVD risk factor. The most important nutritive risk factors in our family and social nutrition are high consumption of animal fat, fatty meat and milk products, salt, eggs, refined sugars, and the lack of vegetables, fruit, fish, plant oils, whole grain cereals, low-fat milk products with traditional habits in food and meal preparing. Therefore, we have in whole population high intake of total and saturated fat, dietary cholesterol, sugar and salt, with lack of dietary fibers, mono and polyunsaturated fatty acids, majority minerals and vitamins. Review the evidence that the precursors of atherosclerosis began in childhood. Majority risk factors are connected with eating and lifestyle patterns already adopted in childhood and youth. The correlation between risk factors level found in early youth and their later values, like tracking phenomenon, is the most important fact for primary prevention of atherosclerosis in childhood. Therefore, the early discovery and the undertaking prompt preventive measures in early life is necessary in order to reduce the risk factors, morbidity and mortality caused by CVD. Taking into the consideration our typical family nutrition, social nutrition has to correct inadequate family nutrition. Based on previous results, our traditional social nutrition for preschool children in daycare centers need changes. Therefore, we started with intervention preventive program, My Heart, Healthy Heart, in preschool children aged 3 to 7 in Subotica. This primary prevention program involves 2 complementary approaches, high-risk strategy and population health promotion strategy. The aim of this intervention preventive program has been to change current diet, evaluate nutrient adequacy of social nutrition, promote a healthy nutrition and lifestyle, and discover children with some CVD risk factors or with positive family history. Dietary intervention in this program involves constant computer meal planning, a low-fat diet with evaluate the nutrient adequacy, modified menu, more cereals, grains, fruit, vegetables, less fat and fatty meat and milk products, with adding supplement meal, recipe modification and food preparation, constant analyzing and controlling the quality of prepared meals by chemical bromatological analysis, with finally recommendations for changing to improve nutrition. At the same time, we organize training, food service personnel, and nutrition education for children and their parents. The percent of total calories from cereals, milk, vegetables and fruit were higher in new low-fat diet, where the meat and meat products with fat were higher in traditional diet. New low-fat diet, in comparison with traditional diet, has the same energy and protein intake, less cholesterol, total and saturated fat, more carbohydrates and dietary fibers, what is desirable for prevention CVD. Comparison of the satisfied percent of recommended daily allowance for children at this age, majority vitamins and minerals were higher in low-fat diet than in traditional diet. Low-fat diet can support normal growth and development of children after age 2, and therefore it can be implemented for the early CVD prevention with constant growth monitoring and prevention other risk factors. The other part of this intervention program involves screening children with some CVD risk factors or with positive family history. All of children in preschool childcare centers are under the anthropometric and blood pressure measurements with testing the physical ability and their parents by questionnaire about CVD family history. In some of centers, we organize everyday physical activity for children in order to promote healthy lifestyle. The new computer software collects all of these results, automatically assess for children and their parents parameters according to age, sex and standards with statistical reports. On that way, using this program, we can list the children with some CVD risk factors like obesity, hypertension, or with positive family history and cumulative risk factors for selective screening lipid parameters and taking some individual preventive measures. Model of this primary prevention program with high-risk strategy and population health promotion strategy in childhood can be more efficient in prevention of CVD risk factors at this age.